to our last part of our hips and hamstrings sequence. This is the best part because you can really be pretty lazy about these stretches if you want, and sometimes it's nice to not have to work too hard. We're going to be laying down on our backs with our legs up the wall. So your back can really relax here. So if you're really struggling with hamstrings in particular, having your legs up the wall is a really great way to stretch because you don't have to worry about your back because it's supported by the ground. A couple props you might want to use, you might want a cushion again for under your head, and a tie for our hamstring stretches, and you'll see how I use that once we get started. So to get up the wall, I usually just sit right alongside the wall and then lean back on your elbows and just pivot up towards the wall and then lower yourself down. And hopefully you can scooch in so that your legs are right up against the wall. If this is uncomfortable from your tight hamstrings, you can try bringing the hips a little further away from the wall or having the knees a little bit bent. So just take a couple breaths here and let your back relax into the mat. Let your shoulders relax. Maybe turn the head side to side. Relax the neck. And we're going to start with the hamstrings. So bring the legs into a little bit of a V, and we're going to just turn the feet in so the toes come in and point towards each other, and then turn the legs out so the toes point out to the sides. And turn in, whole leg rotates, and turn out. Soft through the back, soft shoulders. Just going at your own pace here, in and out, in and out. One more time, and out. Good. Legs come back to center. And we're going to grab our tie. You can use your hand and grab onto the leg if you want, but I find the tie is nicer for this sort of stretch, because again, your arms can just be more relaxed. You're not reaching up towards the foot. So you're just going to wrap the strap around your foot and let the foot float towards you a little bit. And we're going to start with letting it drift side to side. So don't worry about drawing it towards you so much yet. Just let it cross the center line of the body and then just let it open a little out to the side. So just experimenting here, finding your limits. And then when you're ready, you can begin circling the leg now. So circling it towards you, around and away. In, towards you, out and away. Make sure you keep breathing, shoulders relaxed. Good, and then switch directions. So out, across, and away. Good. And then the next time you circle the leg in, you're going to find your point of resistance here. So draw the leg in until you feel a fairly intense stretch. And then again, this time let it drift side to side just a tiny bit because we're at our stretching point here, so the flexibility isn't going to be quite as free as it was initially. So just very carefully, side to side. Good. And then big inhale. Exhale, see if maybe you can draw that leg in a little bit closer. And again, just a little sway side to side. Good. Then we're going to circle it around one more time. Inhale, release. Exhale. Now drawing the leg in for a static stretch. We're going to hold for 5 breaths. So make sure your back isn't rounding even on the ground. Try to keep the back of the pelvis solid on the ground. So the stretch is only in the leg. Good. One more breath. And then gently release and rest that leg back on the wall. Good. And when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So bend the left leg in, wrap your strap around and straighten the leg up as straight as you can. And I'll just remind you, if this has been difficult, you can keep the knee bent for all of these stretches. It doesn't have to be straight. So starting, just bringing the leg out a little, so not feeling much of a stretch yet. You're just going to drift side to side, cross the body, and out to the side. Cross and out. Jaw and shoulders relaxed. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to start with our circles. So circling the leg in, across, and away, out, in, across, and away. And let the abdominals stabilize you here. So your abdominals are going to help keep your pelvis against the ground and your back in a nice neutral position. Good. And switch directions with your circle. Deep breaths. Good. And then drawing the leg in, finding your resistance here. And then working with it gently, just drifting a little bit side to side. Good. And then circling away and drawing the leg in a little closer. Very small side to side. Check in with your back and shoulders. Let them melt into the ground. Good. And then last time here, release, circle back around, and find your maximum stretch here. And we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. Good. Last breath here. Nice. And then gently release and rest that leg back on the wall. Good. And maybe just turn the legs in and out a couple more times here. Nice. And we're going to come into our thread the needle pose. So this one, well, all of these stretches you can do without the wall, but this one's really nice to do at the wall. We're going to bend the right knee in towards your body and then open it up like a butterfly wing and cross the right ankle just above the left knee, so it comes across the thigh. And this right knee is opening, like I said, like a butterfly wing. And for some of you, this might be enough of a stretch in the right hip. If you need a little more, you're just going to bend the left knee so that the whole works comes in towards your chest. So if you were to do this without the wall, you just lace your hands behind the left thigh. But since we have the wall here, we can just relax the arms, which is really nice. It's a great stretch for the outside of the hip. Okay, one more breath with this. And then let the left knee straighten back out, uncross. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So bend the left knee in, open it up. Go ahead and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And either stay here, pressing the left leg open, or bend the right knee in towards the chest, increasing the stretch there in the left hip. And keep the left foot flexed here to protect your knee, so we don't want the knee getting twisted. Good. One more breath here. Good. And release. Coming back to legs up the wall. I'm going to have you bend the knees in towards the chest. Let them open up. We'll come into butterfly at the wall. So the soles of the feet come together. And just relaxing here. Close your eyes and breathe. And if that imagery helps you, again, imagining the hips melting, even the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Really letting go in this area will help your hips to release. Softening even your tongue and your lips, your cheekbones, and the muscles on the front of your neck and the back of the neck. Good. And then I'm going to extend this into a wide V stretch. If it's too intense, just come back to the butterfly here. So for the V stretch, we just stretch the legs up and then let them drop open. Slide down the wall. So again, arms are just relaxed. They can lay out to the sides, or you can place them on the hips if that helps you to focus on relaxing that area, or you can put your hands on your belly and feel your breathing. But just as in the butterfly, just staying here, closing the eyes and relaxing various parts of your body. And you might find that the longer you stay here, your legs will just naturally open up a little more just from gravity. That's what's so nice about this stretch, is we don't really have to make any effort. You can just lay here and gravity does the work. Especially if you wear socks. So make sure your feet are slippery so that they'll open down the wall. Good, and you can stay in this pose for a minute or two, as long as you'd like, as long as it's comfortable. And when you're ready to come out, especially if you've got a pretty wide V, you're going to want to use your hands for support and pull up in the abdominals and the pelvic floor and draw your legs in together, bending them as you go so that you finish here with your knees bent. And then to come out, you're just going to roll onto your side, boop, and use your arms, bring yourself up. And that's the last of our hips and hamstrings. Thanks so much for watching.